What if I told you there's an action camera so insanely good at video that it'll make your old GoPro look like a toy from 2015? Mind-blowing detail, buttery slow-mo that feels like the Matrix, and low-light performance that actually delivers in the real world. Sounds like a total game changer, right? But here's the twist. It costs $700 or $600 if you're a GoPro subscriber. And after spending real time with it, I gotta be honest with you, it's still just another GoPro. If you're into action cams and want the unfiltered truth, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're diving deep into the good, the bad, and whether this thing is actually worth your money in 2026. Let's go. All right, let's talk about the GoPro Mission 1 Pro. GoPro went all in this time, calling it a compact cinematic camera system, basically positioning it as something that could stand toe-to-toe with pro gear like a Blackmagic pocket cinema camera. Bold claim. I've been out there using it on hikes, trying to film fencing bouts, and even some casual vlogging. And yeah, it takes the best footage of any action camera on the market right now. Hands down. But is it the perfect all-in-one camera? Nah, not even close. I gave it a solid 4 out of 5. It's the king of action cams. But if you're expecting it to replace your mirrorless or even your phone for everything, you're going to be disappointed. Let me paint the picture. This thing is bigger than the Hero 13 Black. It weighs 207 grams versus 157. But honestly, you barely notice it in your pack. What you do notice are the upgrades. That gorgeous 2.59-inch rear OLED touchscreen, the 1.4-inch front display, and most importantly, a massive 50-megapixel 1-inch sensor. Compare that to the Hero 13 smaller 27-megapixel sensor, and you immediately feel the difference. It shoots 8K at 60 frames per second or 4K at a ridiculous 240 frames per second. That's huge. Even the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 tops out at 8K 30. And the Open Gate 4:3 shooting? Game changer for creators who need to repurpose footage for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. You get so much flexibility to crop later without losing quality. Audio is another big step up. 3 built-in mics with solid wind reduction, plus full USB-C mic support. DJI Mic 3, their own upcoming wireless mic kit. Whatever you want. The sound is noticeably cleaner than the Hero 13, especially in breezy conditions. Now, video quality. This is where the Mission 1 Pro shines brightest. I remember taking it out on a cloudy evening hike. Normally, action cams turn into noisy messes in low light. Not this one. Thanks to that big 1-inch sensor, f/2.8 aperture, and the new GP3 chip, the footage looks shockingly clean. HDR pops better than the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. Colors feel more natural, and the max 240 megabits per second bitrate gives you serious detail. I shot some 4K 120 and 4K 240 stuff, and when I threw it on my computer, wow, it holds up. You've got GP Log 2 for proper color grading too, which gives way more real-life tones than some of the cartoonish profiles on competing cameras. And don't sleep on the slow-mo tricks. There's this burst slow-mo mode at 960 frames per second that turns 10 seconds of real time into over 5 minutes of footage. Matrix-style bullet time shots? Possible. It's perfect for phone viewing or quick social clips, though I wouldn't use it for big-screen YouTube projects. It gets a little soft. Look, even in linear mode that kills the fisheye, you still need to get pretty close to your subjects because of that ultra-wide field of view. Great for POV and vlogs. But if you're trying to film fencers from a safe distance, you'll wish you had more reach. There are 13 preset modes, but the real standout is subject tracking. It locks onto someone and keeps them centered using the wide lens and smart cropping. I use it constantly while filming bouts. Super handy when you're trying to stay out of the way. It's not gimbal level perfect. If the subject leaves frame, it loses them. But for an action cam, impressive. Battery life is solid too. At 4K 60, I was getting close to 3 hours of mixed use. Push 8K or heavy slow-mo and it drops, but the new Enduro 2 batteries, 2,150 milliamp hours, make a real difference. They're backwards compatible with older Heroes too, which is nice. And fast charging? 0 to 80% in under 30 minutes. Finally, it does get warm in direct sun, but I never had it shut down on me except when charging. GoPro also claims 66 feet of waterproofing without a case. Raised buttons to prevent accidental presses underwater. I didn't dive with it, but that's confidence-inspiring. Now, the Grip Edition bundle they sent me, $780. It's a sturdy metal cage with a detachable handle. Makes it feel more like a proper camera to hold. But here's the thing, it's still missing physical controls for ISO, shutter, etc. GoPro says they kept it waterproof and tough. Fair, but the upcoming $1,200 Creator Edition with the Media Mod and Volta 2 grip promises way more hands-on controls. For most people, the basic grip feels like nice to have, not must have. Here's where things get frustrating. Photos. GoPro hype 50 megapixel, gallery ready, shots with manual controls. Sound amazing. In reality, RAW is locked to wide or fisheye only. Every studio-style photo has that distorted look like you're shooting through a bottle. You can fix it in post, but it's annoying. GoPro says they want unmodified files, but come on, give us a linear option already. Processing is slow too, almost a full second per RAW shot. Burst mode helps, but this is not replacing your phone or a real camera for stills. Video is where this camera lives. So, do you actually need the Mission 1 Pro in 2026? If you're deep in the GoPro ecosystem and want the absolute best action footage money can buy, then hell yes. It's easily the best GoPro experience I've ever had. The video quality, slow-mo options, tracking, and build quality make it a joy for adventures. But $700 is a lot. The DJI Osmo Action 6 or even the Hero 13 Black are hundreds cheaper and still fantastic for most people. Insta360 keeps pushing innovative stuff too. The Mission 1 Pro is the best action camera right now, but it's still an action camera. It won't let you leave your other gear at home. It's a specialized tool, rugged, reliable, and killer for video. Not the one camera to rule them all that GoPro wants it to be. For me, it's staying in the bag for my next big outdoor trip, where I'm scared of trashing my phone. But for everyday creators, the value depends on how much you need that extra video quality and whether $700 or $600 sub price makes sense versus competitors. Bottom line, if you're a serious action sports shooter or content creator who lives in GoPro mounts, go for it. It's the best they've ever made. For everyone else, there are probably smarter ways to spend that money in 2026. What do you think? Would you drop $700 on the Mission 1 Pro? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. If you want more honest tech reviews like this, hit subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay adventurous.